Good morning, YouTube. This morning I wanted to talk about rebooting the brain, and this thing called neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to regrow brain cells. Man, ain't that crazy? You know, I'm 43 years old, and growing up and hearing about all this stuff is, they used to tell us that once you burn your brain cells out, that's it. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It was a trip, man. Just all of a sudden, I got kicked out of rehab because I relapsed. I relapsed a couple times actually, and I don't know. This part of me was just tired of being dishonest, and I just told him when I relapsed, man. I just felt so fucking guilty that I dropped dimes on myself, and I got kicked out. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But when I was there, I found I've always liked working out, and I was half of my life I was raised part time in the summertime in Mexico with my grandfather and grandmother, and he would grow his own stuff. He'd raise his own cattle, so it wasn't. Um, so I liked eating vegetables and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And when I was in rehab, I just started working out a lot. Me and this other guy, and he had been to prison a lot, and that's one thing you learn when you come from these types of deals is that you got to learn how to manage our time. You know what I mean? And use time, and don't let time use you. You know. I know what it feels like to sit in a county jail and read that paper and says two charges, 7 to 15 years each, and it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? That's holy shit, man. That's 15 to 30 years, and I experienced that while coming off of opiates. Well, anyways, while in there, like I said, one of my bunkies, a cellmate, this guy was a beast. I mean, oh my god, you couldn't even believe this guy was like, sorry, was about in his 50s, man. But he most of his time had been spent in prison, in and out of prison. But what he taught me was, we would work out twice a day. We would go to the law library and read and study about our cases or anything, just to get out. You know what I mean? And learn and feed the mind. And then we would read books at night, play chess. And I didn't even know what was going on at the time, but now after the research that I've done and these 4 years of sobriety have lifted this veil, this cloud, and I learned about neuroplasticity. I learned about mindfulness. I learned about synapses, and this is all processes of our brain learning and wiring itself, and adapting to change. You know what I mean? So if that's possible, there's ways to reboot and speed up the process. And one of the main things is going to be nutrition, man. Nutrition. And really eliminating one thing, especially if we're coming from heroin, man. Like I said, a lot of heroin is cut with Coca-Cola or high fructose corn syrup. And so that in itself, man, shrinkage it puts a lot of stress in our whole nervous system, in our adrenal glands, and all these glands and processes that produce hormones and all these chemicals that our body needs to feel well and to thrive and to heal and repair itself. So, you got to figure all the toxins and everything that are built up, man, because they store in our fat and everything, and in our cells. It stays there as memory. So, that's what awakening or detox, spiritual awakening. It's all one big detox, in a sense, a reboot. And one way to ease some of that is through healthy habits, healthy eating habits, and taking it simple. Start juicing fruit. Start juicing and blending. Adding herbs and stuff like that, and teas, and just do your research, man. Your body's gonna start naturally. You'll start craving certain different types of foods, different types of environments, and like I said, the more we feed our bodies, the give it the necessary building blocks, the easier and